Hello everyone! It seems we have a new Fusions-themed trailer for Sparking Zero. Let's break it down. The trailer opens up with a cinematic shot of the World Tournament arena, and I can't help but notice the strange green tint that's present on the stage. I don't mind it personally, but it does feel a little bit strange. We then see Kid Trunks unleashing a barrage of attacks at Kefla. I could be imagining it, but it looks quite similar to his rush attack from BT3. Kale launches an energy wave type move at Goten, but Goten seemingly dodges it and then performs his signature charge attack. Also, if we slow down the footage, we can see a cute, panicked expression on Goten's face after Kale moves away, but he manages to compose himself. He fires a ki blast at the ground, using it to propel himself toward Kale and then hits her with a headbutt. I found it interesting that his charge attack sends the enemy flying in Sparking Zero, whereas the same move in Tenkaichi 3 only knocks them a few feet away from Goten. All four of them transform into Super Saiyans, and Kale's Super Saiyan form looks slightly different from how it appeared in the anime. It's actually a really good redesign in my opinion. Remember how Goten mispronounced the Kamehameha as KameKAmeha once during the Buu saga, and then all the games went and made a callback to it each time he does the move? Well, it looks like the tradition is over, cause he actually says it correctly in the trailer. Immediately after, Trunks jumps in to assist Goten, followed by Kefla doing the same for Kale. Now, Tenkaichi 3 is no stranger to team ultimates and super attacks, but this doesn't appear to be neither an ultimate nor a super. It's a beam struggle. I'm just speculating, but hear me out. They did confirm that team battles are coming back in one of the previous V-jump scans, but it'll be a bit different than Tenkaichi 3. This time around, we can get certain boosts if we select characters that have chemistry and synergy between them, and considering Trunks and Goten are basically best buddies, perhaps they gain a boost in the form of one of them jumping in to help the other should a beam clash occur. Same with Kale and Kefla. And speaking of which, Kale proceeds to transform into her berserk state in the middle of a beam struggle? Again, just speculating, but I believe this is sort of a little victory cutscene for when you win a beam struggle. I don't see what else it could be. If there was ever any doubt about having mid-game fusions, you can put it to rest now. I believe they'll function similarly to the way they did in 3. If you have two corresponding characters on your team and your skill count is high enough, at any point during the battle, you can press a button combination to fuse them into any form you desire, be it base form, Super Saiyan, or hell, Super Saiyan 3. Additionally, the newly formed fusion wouldn't have a fixed health bar. Instead, it would be a combination of both characters' health bars. That's how it was in Tenkaichi 3 at least. Kefla launches her signature gigantic burst blast at Gotenks, actually destroying the tournament arena in the process. And I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a big deal for all of us Tenkaichi 3 nerds. As many of you know, the tournament arena was always indestructible in previous Tenkaichi games. This means Sparking Zero will be the first time the World Tournament stage is destructible, which raises an important question. What happens to the disqualification mechanic? Surely it would be lifted if the entire stage were destroyed? Furthermore, you may have noticed that all the spectators are gone. Won't the rules be lifted if there's literally no one to watch and no stage to fight on? But then again, they weren't lifted during Goku and Piccolo's fight in the 23rd World Tournament, so who's to say? Gotenks Super Volleyball attack is back, also featuring Piccolo, just like it did in Tenkaichi 3. And finally, we get to the big boys. Base Gogeta finally makes his debut in a Tenkaichi game. However, Vegito doesn't allow him to enjoy the moment, as he immediately charges at him. I'm not exactly sure what Vegito did here. It could be a rush super attack, but it could also be his new grab attack. In any case, it's most likely a reference to his fight against Super Buu. Also, he appears to have a new super attack. For a moment, I thought he was charging a big Bang Kamehameha, but after he fired it, it seemed more like a big bang attack. But then again, the big bang attack uses a different pose, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Oh, wait a minute, I think it could be a reference to the Buu saga. As Vegito charges his attack, we can see Gogeta striding Vegeta's iconic Saiyan Saga pose. Perhaps this becomes his new default stance? Merged Zamasu makes his debut with a divine slap to Vegito Vegito's face. But Gogeta wasn't having any of it, as he goes Super Saiyan and proceeds to give Zamasu a nasty beating filled with references to the Broly movie. Zamasu transforms into his corrupted state and proceeds to return the favor with his very own rush super attack. Also, I just love how the hair physics in this game make him look even more deranged. Vegito follows up with his own super attack full of references to the anime and kind of beats the ever-living SHIT out of Zamasu. Now, the two fusions are left to battle it out without any interruptions as they seek to answer the age-old question: which fusion reigns supreme? Gogeta delivers a powerful punch to the gut, causing Vegito to literally spit out saliva from his mouth. It's another cool detail that's been present throughout the entire trailer, including the previous one, but it's much easier to spot in this one. Gogeta charges up the Kamehameha he used against Broly, while Vegito appears to be preparing to unleash a final Kamehameha. Looks like they took some notes from fighters, which is never a bad thing. Gogeta seems to gain some subtle muscle mass while in blue. It's most noticeable in this shot. I know some people would have liked to see certain models made more bulkier, but at least Blue Gogeta is looking buff. The two Kamehamehas collide, and boom! The title logo pops up. There's this brief scene near the end of the trailer where Gogeta strikes a pose that's quite similar to the Big Bang Kamehameha. It's odd that they didn't use it even once throughout the entire trailer. And speaking of things that are odd, now I did find it a bit strange that Super Gogeta or Super Saiyan Gogeta was mostly featured using his DBS Broly moveset. Granted, the character's name is Gogeta, Super, implying that this version of Gogeta was based on his DBS appearance. But I can't help but feel a little sad that we most likely won't see Z Gogeta, considering DBS Gogeta has all the forms covered, including base form, which is my personal favorite design by the way. Vegito wasn't featured in his Super Saiyan form, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. They're most likely saving it for a different trailer where he fights Super Buu or something. Also, unlike Gogeta, he's just categorized as Vegito, not Vegito, Super, implying that he won't be separated into multiple versions of himself like Gogeta. So going by the logic, this would mean that Gogeta should get at least one more version of himself. The question is, which one? Z Gogeta seems highly unlikely, thanks to Gogeta Super already covering his one and only form. That leaves us with only one option, and I think you know what I'm talking about. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was arguably the most popular character within the Tenkaichi games, and not just the Tenkaichi series. During the early and up to the late 2000s, whichever game he appeared in, he was hailed as the strongest or most broken character. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a no-brainer. There isn't a shadow of doubt in my mind that he'll be added to Tenkaichi 4. Only question is, when? Will he be a part of the base roster or part of a DLC pack? I think it's more probable that he'll be included in a DLC pack, given the numerous versions of Goku and Vegeta already available at launch. But that's all speculation. At this point, your guess is as good as mine. Bandai did tease us that something is coming during Summer Game Fest, so maybe we'll get more answers there. It won't be long anyway, it's like 7 more days. So yeah, perhaps the most hyped trailer we've seen so far. I mean, we got 21 new additions to the roster, bringing us to a total of 81. New Secrets in Dragon Ball games video is coming out next week, unless we get some new gameplay for Sparking Zero at Summer Game Fest, in which case the Secrets video will be delayed by a few days. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.